initially launch in the old 4th Ward, but project leaders will also identify rural and suburban areas in Georgia where Black women can benefit from the extra cash. The program is being funded by private donations. Give Directly is expected to start accepting those applications for the program early next year. To the Midwest now, where at least 5 people were killed in Wednesday night storms. Hurricane-force winds toppled tractor trailers, ripped roofs off, and uprooted trees. The more than 20 tornadoes were reported in the upper Midwest, including the first ever tornado during December for Minnesota. It comes after last Friday night's 5-state tornado rampage after the storm. Some meteorologists say this is not normal.
We should not see one of the biggest tornado outbreaks we have ever seen happen in the month of December, and then 3 or 4 days later, another extraordinary weather event that is unprecedented.
The town of Heartland, Minnesota, with a population of just over 300, got the brunt of it. They lost their only bank and post office. Here at home, about a dozen organizations in Columbia County coming together to raise money and collect donations for the victims of the Kentucky tornadoes. If you'd like to help, you can take any of the items we're going to tell you about here to the RecTech location in Evans. You can drop them off Monday through Friday from 9 to 7 or Saturday from 9 to 3. And this is not a full list we're telling you about here, with items like bottled water cases and non-perishable food goods. They're also asking for money. That is the best currency, as we know, in a disaster zone. We're going to have a link with some more info and all of those items that they are accepting on our website. It's one of the oldest homes in the CSRA now. After almost 300 years, it's got a makeover and renovations just wrapping up. Coming up, we're going to give you an inside look at the new historic Hammond House.
50s, that stays true on Tuesday with more chances of rainfall, Laura.
A historic home in North Augusta is just about done. All the renovations. This is the Charles Hammond House. It's been around since the Revolutionary War, and now those renovations are done, and soon the public will get a chance to see. Our Zana Halliburton got a sneak peek inside.
A complete transformation since we first brought you here back in June, where renovations and decorating was still in the works, but that's not the case anymore.
I've done renovations before and not ever had this much love from a community for a project I'm working on. And I also put a little bit of responsibility in knowing that we are working with something very special.
James O'Neill bought the home back in 2017 and since has renovated it while also preserving as much of its history.
When we look at architecture, when we look at the carpentry, just all the systems that were put together during that period of time, and it's hard for us to duplicate it now. It's an honor to actually have this house. I feel like it's something that belongs to our country, definitely to our community.
O'Neill says the home is open to the public to come see and has a lot of plans for it in the future.
I'm hoping that we'll attract some attention from movies. People may want to do some film here. I've also been asked about family reunions or maybe historical reenactments.
O'Neill is currently selling bricks that people can purchase to have names engraved on them. Those bricks will be used along the entryway and around a soon-to-be-built garden.
Maybe as a memorial to their family, someone that they want to memorialize, or just their own family names and be a part of the house.
He says he wants people to experience this gym we have right in our own backyard.
We have something that was started and is still here that we can actually touch, that we can actually experience, that really has its foundations in how the country was formed. We had that here right in our community, and I think it's now time to talk about it.
Such beautiful work they did on that historic property, and we are so glad it was able to be saved. Now, there is still some work that needs to be done outside to the cottage and the barn, but if you want more information on tours or if you're interested in buying a brick, we'll have a link on our website with how you can do that. Weeks after learning he can swing a golf club again, golf legend Tiger Woods hitting the golf course. Coming up, what to expect in his first return since his accident.
After your first application, your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Tiger Woods returned to the golf course for the first time since his near-death experience during that really terrible car crash he was in. He will play in the PNC Championship in Orlando with his son Charlie. As Anna Jacobson reports, it's a move no one, even Tiger, thought would be possible again.
Tiger Woods playing for the first time in it with his 11-year-old son Charlie.
December 2020. Tiger Woods and his then 11-year-old son Charlie strutted down the course as partners in the PNC Championship. That was the last time we saw Tiger compete. 2 months later, a solo car crash off a California highway nearly cost Tiger his life.
I'm lucky to be alive.
After 9 months of recovery, we first got a glimpse of Tiger's imminent return with this short video last month. Not just a swing, but a statement.
I'll play around here and there. A little hit and giggle, I can do something like that.
That hit and giggle will be right back where Tiger was 1 year ago, on that Orlando course with his son by his side. Earlier this month, Tiger couldn't hide his smile watching this video showing the similarities between them on the course.
Two things that stick out. The timing of the twirls and the pickup of the club, of the tee.
We caught up with Tiger in 2019 and talked about his role as a dad and Charlie's interest in golf.
I never give him a lesson.
He also reflected on both Charlie and his daughter Sam watching him play through countless injuries. It was a poignant message that still resonates today.
They're worried for Dad.
Because they don't want the hurt.
They don't want to hurt again.
There isn't expected to be hurt tomorrow, just a dad back on the course.
I'm pulling for both of them. I'm putting for Tiger, not necessarily the golfer, but Tiger the human being, Tiger the father.
Last year, Tiger and Charlie finished 7th. Dana Jacobson, CBS News, New York.
So many storylines there, and we will be watching. But as far as the tournament goes, it's 36 holes. It's over Saturday and Sunday. But really uncanny watching the two of their swing, you know? When you got it in the blood, you got it in the blood. Well, Christmas is 1 week from tomorrow, and some people are rushing to pick up those last-minute gifts. No names, but we see you out there, and we know that you're raising your hand. But local businesses are among those seeing a busy week for shoppers. The owner of a local record store says last year the store did mostly curbside pickup, but this year they're seeing a lot more people in person shopping.
We've definitely been busy all week. We've seen an increase in sales, and yeah, we expect to be really busy all weekend, following until really Christmas Eve.
Something that did not change over the pandemic. We are all still procrastinators. He says they've been preparing for this season since August to get in merchandise for all those last-minute shoppers. He also anticipates they will be busy up until Christmas Eve. So no time like the present, Anthony. It is ticking.
You got about 1 week left. Get all the shopping done early versus the day before Christmas for sure. We're going to be talking about some rainfall as we head into this weekend, Saturday night into early Sunday morning with the chance for a few scattered thunderstorms. We'll look at that forecast when we get back.
The live item.
Temperatures are going to be sticking to the mid-70s for tomorrow afternoon, so definitely going to be on the warmer side there.
Okay, warnings of school threats on TikTok sending districts across the nation into alert. Today we're following up here at home to see what local schools' plans are to move forward.
For a trip back to
From the station that's on your side, News 12, First at 4 continues.
Schools across our area on alert today. Law enforcement patrolling campuses after warnings of a national TikTok threat. Authorities have dismissed the vague and viral TikTok trend warning of nationwide school violence today. They say it's not credible, but local schools say the same thing, but Columbia County wanted to be safe instead of sorry. They did have a threat today. It's prompted widespread school closures, stretched law enforcement resources, and put families on edge. Our Sloan O'Cone live in the studio with how local schools are responding to this.
Well, this is one of the many emails our schools are sending out to parents today. This one is from Baker Place Elementary. Columbia County says safety of students and staff are their top priority, so they partnered with local law enforcement out of an abundance of caution. And after the threat this morning, extended that police presence until students were dismissed. We reached out to Richmond and Aiken County, who said the same. Expect a higher law enforcement presence in schools today. The school districts emphasized there were no direct threats to any specific school, but I spoke to Hunter Pollock, whose sister was shot and killed in the Parkland school shooting. He says threats like these have a devastating impact on our communities.
There is no coming back. It's a loss so monumental that life will never be the same. And I wish I could tell my story to students that are making.
And he says that if you decide to make those threats, it's not something that will only ruin your life, it will ruin some lives in the community. And here's a series of tweets today from TikTok where they are actually denying most of the credibility. They're pointing out that there was nothing that was an actual credible threat. They removed everything from their website that was any alarming videos. But coming up tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, I'm working on a story talking to one of the biggest districts about the efforts they're taking to try and help mitigate these threats.
All right, always a good idea to take any threat seriously and vet it. Thanks for sharing that with us, Sloan. Taking a look now outside over the Calhoun Expressway.